Hello, and thank you for taking the time to learn more about the Get the Litter Out program and ways to get further involved with cleanups along the St. Johns River and its tributaries. I'm Justina Dacey, the Community Engagement Coordinator with the St. Johns River Keeper. So first, I'm going to briefly go over who is the St. Johns River Keeper and basically what the Get the Litter Out program is all about. So first off, if you've ever heard of us, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization that serves as a full-time advocate for the St. Johns River. We are privately funded, which gives us a strong independent voice for the river. We go out on the water, as you can see here from our Kingfisher boat down below, investigating pollution problems and working with our local officials to advocate for better policy changes. We hold polluters accountable and are constantly seeking sensible solutions to solve these complex problems. We also do a lot of education out on the water with kids and adults to raise awareness about these issues with the hope to further engage and involve our citizens. Our current mission is to be an independent voice that defends, advocates, and activates others for the protection and restoration of the St. Johns River. Here you can see a photo of Lisa Reineman. She is the river keeper, who is essentially our public figure and face for the organization. Some ways that we do that is we get our members, volunteers, and people in the community and involved and activated through various programs that we offer. So Rising Tides is our young professionals group, and over the years they've really spearheaded many of the cleanups that we do. For the past 6 years, they've actually concentrated their efforts on McCoys Creek, which is located in the Riverside area. On every third Sunday of every month, they clean up different sections of this creek. So many people ask, why did they choose McCoys Creek? Well, historically, it had many industrial companies along its banks. It's been polluted by incinerators, meat packing companies, and poultry processors. Today, it is considered one of Jacksonville's dirtiest waterways, and it connects, though, important areas of Jacksonville between Lackawanna, the North Riverside area, Brooklyn, and then into downtown, where it eventually empties behind the Times Union building along there on the North Bank Riverwalk. If you're interested to see what these cleanups are typically like, you can view the YouTube video link there just to get a quick idea of what they look like. So why do we put nice people in waders and send them into the water? Well, one, it helps increase awareness of these problems. If you go to one of the cleanups, many times people will say that they're surprised at how much trash is out there. And once you attend, you'll probably start seeing and noticing trash more often. To engage our citizens, to beautify a waterway and community. So it seems as though these monthly McCoys Creek cleanups are finally beginning to pay off. Businesses are beginning to come in and once occupy the empty spaces near the area. There's been an addition of Mixon Studios, which is an art studio, and the city of Jacksonville has even begun to notice that people care about this creek. They've added LED lights for the street lights, and there are even plans to add newer sidewalks. Our hope is that over time this area will renovate itself for everyone to really get to enjoy McCoys Creek. The owner of Mixon Studios, Jeff Edelson, said that without all these people showing and caring, he wouldn't have been able to open up his huge art studio space, that these cleanups have really opened a door for a lot more new opportunities and businesses. So just to kind of show you some of the work that's been done, here is a great before and after photo of McCoys Creek. As you can see in the after photo, the flow is beginning to be restored and more native aquatic vegetation has room to really flourish. Not only do we do the monthly McCoys Creek cleanups, we also participate in 2 annual cleanups that the City of Jacksonville hosts as part of their Green It Up, Clean It Up program. In the month of March, there's the St. Johns River Cleanup and Celebration. Typically, Rising Tides has a site at McCoys Creek and sometimes Pottsburg. In the month of September, there's the annual International Coastal Cleanup Day, with many of the same sites that we have in the St. Johns River Cleanup for that event as well. So we also host many cleanups throughout the year with various partners. So some of our annual partners are Anheuser-Busch. We host their World Environment Day. More recently, we worked with CSX on their Community Service Day. We've been helping out the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens with getting monthly cleanups out on Trout River, and even working with Cox Media Group, which hosts many of the local radio stations here. If you or your business is interested in hosting a cleanup with us, please go on to our website to read a little bit more about how to partner with us and send us an email. So now that you're more familiar with these cleanup programs, over the years we've hosted a lot of them and we've pulled a lot of trash out. Here I just have some numbers for you from just 2015 to 2017 of how many volunteers and bags of litter we've really pulled out of these waterways. There's also a great infographic by the Ocean Conservancy of the top 10 items that we typically collect, with cigarette butts being number 1. But as you can see, most of these items are plastic, so they could even be further recycled if we really wanted to put in some extra effort. So those numbers I showed you were really only for Duval County sites. The St. Johns River spans much further than just this county, so this is why we need your help today. We are forming a team of cleanup leaders because the demand for these cleanup events has greatly increased over the past few years, and it doesn't seem that the litter problem is reducing. So to be part of our team, there's 2 parts to it. You can become someone who scouts for sites for us, and some of the things and responsibilities that you would do for this is you want to look for terrain that is easily accessible. You want to think about what facilities are available, so write down if there's bathrooms, maybe a kayak launch, and how many people could clean this site. Would it be great for 10 or would it be great for a group of 70? Then you want to record where you are at that moment, so the address or GPS coordinates would do. Write down an estimation of how much trash you think there is. And lastly, take many photographs so we have an idea of what kind of trash and where this trash is located at the site. Eventually, we will upload this information into a map here, as you can see, that will allow other businesses to figure out sites they want to clean up, and for us to also target higher priority areas. If you're interested in becoming a leader with us, there's 2 components to this, the pre-cleanup and the post-cleanup. So before the cleanup, you want to make sure you set up your materials of bags and gloves and waivers, which we do provide all of this. Then you want to designate a trash bag area where everyone will pile the trash. And lastly, the most important piece is once everyone arrives, to give a safety talk. Once the cleanup is over, you want to record the number of trash bags, number of tires, and any other sort of unusual items that were collected. And then, of course, submit the waiver sheet to the Riverkeeper representative. So if you are interested in scouting or even leading any of these cleanups, make sure you go online and fill out our volunteer form. Check our calendar, so you want to look for the next McCoys Creek cleanups. So these are when we're going to have our training events. And then once you feel comfortable and trained, you will then get to lead a cleanup, which we hope will eventually change the world. So as mentioned, the upcoming cleanups, go to our website, stjohnsriverkeeper.org, click on events, or you can check out the Get the Litter Out program webpage. Well, we'll try our best to list the dates for the next upcoming cleanups. So together, we can and will all make a difference. Some ways you can do this are staying informed on the issues, spreading the word to your friends and family, living a river-friendly lifestyle. So this might be gardening with native plants, using less water, using your voice, though, to contact elected officials and to participate and get involved with these issues. You can volunteer with St. John's Riverkeeper, and you can also become a member with us to give us a stronger voice for the river. So I would love to thank our partners, the City of Jacksonville, helps us cooperate to get the trash picked up from our sites, keep Jacksonville beautiful, helps to contribute the cleanup supplies, and of course we host many of these cleanups in the Jacks parks. And lastly, the Rising Tides for their continual efforts to monitor and clean up these areas.